Hey, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Mira. Good to see you today. Hey, if you're new, welcome here today to the family. Today, I'm going to start with some joke that I usually got it from my book, that I got it from my son, which is, let's start it. Today, the teacher was yelling at me something that I didn't do. What would that be? What was that? My homework. I think let's do our homework. Let's get together, have a piece of paper and pen. If you have it, if you are a computer user, go ahead and get an iPad or mouse or keyboard ready, everything. So let's get started. Today I'm going to talk about how I lower my living costs by doing these, which is very detailed. So this might take a little bit, but I promise it's going to be so good. So I'm going to talk about all my budget line items over here. And you can see either one on my side or either over here. So number one is mortgage. So I think it will be best appropriate if you have a budget line item on your paper at your home. Just put it aside so that way when I'm talking with you, you can see what's up with you and you can keep check and balance on it too. Number one is mortgage. So the mortgage is, if you already pay off the mortgage, congratulations, that is what we're trying to achieve over here at this household. But right now we do still have a mortgage. So what we're doing is, number one mortgage is that when you own a mortgage, you have to pay the interest rate, right? So every month interest is even more than the principal. So what we're trying to suggest is that trying to save as much money as you can and trying to pay to the principal more every month. So that with the less principal is the less interest that you have to pay over the long term. Number two in my budget category. So everything that I'm going to tell you at the beginning part is essential living expenses. And after that, I'll go to lifestyle expenses, which is non-essential. You can live without it here and there. So I'm going to focus on the essential expenses first. Number two is that long-term disability insurance. I know some people might not agree with me that they do not want the long-term disability insurance. I do think it is important. So as long as you live, I'd rather have the money when we live in and making sure that we are comfortable and living well. It doesn't have to be long-term disability insurance. What kind of insurance? Making sure that are you paying monthly or 6 months or a year. I think every insurance company, they do have a prices. Make sure you know the numbers, calculate them. And sometimes they might say, oh, 6 months better. God may not be better. So make sure that you know the number. Ask them that, how much do I save if I do 6 months? It could be $50 only. It could be maybe $500. So it depends on how much are you comfortable to save that. So that we choose that one wisely. Number three is the health, dental, and vision insurance. I think it's a necessity, making sure that you kind of choose that what kind of health and dental and vision insurance that you're comfortable choosing that for yourself and family. They also have a high deductible that you can choose to. If you choose to do that, make sure that you have enough money saved, either in HSA saving account or regular saving account, regular interest earning saving account. That way you can actually pay it whenever you need it to. If you know more detail about it, I talk about more intensively a little bit in the year-end check-in list video listed over here, and you can look at it. Number four is the car and flood insurance. If you do not need the flood insurance, I understand. I include it because it is my budget and I have a flood insurance inquiry in my budget category. So the reason I bring it here is that it's not just only you saving it for next 6 months. I included inflation money. So that way, because I have been recognizing that every 6 months, the car insurances have been increased for two reasons. One is obviously inflation. Second thing is because of where we live and what part of the United States you live. It kind of added up over here. So I noticed that I have increased the inflation amount included in my budget. So that way you won't get shocked in 6 months later, they say, it will be $600 and you only save $500. Sometimes $100 makes sometimes difference too. Making sure you pay attention to those numbers and calculate it wisely. Next one is food. Food is very expensive line item in the budget category, so you make sure that you pay attention to it. You budget it wisely. I make a video about half price grocery bill. Go and check it out. It is pretty cool, and there are ways that I save money in the grocery, so you can learn it if you agree with it, and check it out and apply it. Let me know what you think of it too. Next one is power and light. We live in Florida Power Light, FPL. And as you know, if you're living in Florida, you already know that the price is getting higher and higher and higher. I noticed that too. I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. How I can reduce the cost. And I've been living in the house without light inside the house for a long time. We do that, very comfortable. I like it peaceful. But then when I make a video, I need light. So I had lighting over here and there. We do have a pool over here. So trying to figure out how I can make it less hour running the water over here, how I can do those things. With that said, also septic is, in Florida, we have to have a septic over here. So not necessarily I'm spending money septic every day or every month. I want to make sure I save enough money in case anything happen. I need to go ahead and taking care of septic. So that's not necessarily you're saving it every month, but you're saving it for in case anything happen for septic. Same thing for the water too. We have a well water. We ended up buying the water system that way we can actually drink water safely in our body. But then we also save money for water every month in case of anything that we can actually change this and change that. Thank God that in Florida we don't have to pay money for trash. I'm sure there's other way we're paying already. So, but because of that, we kind of grateful that we don't have to pay money for it. In Missouri, St. Louis, we have to pay money for trash. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying like there's a what can we save money in each budget category by doing it yourself for the things like pool and the yard cleaning and cutting grass and all these things help too. They usually in Florida and for the pool service they usually charge $85. I think now it's $100 per month, and they only do twice a month, and I think it's pretty expensive for our bloods. So we do it ourselves, which is me, my husband do it. And also we also for the yard is also we also taking care of our own cutting our own grass. I have a robot over here, which you cannot see here, but I will show it on the video over here. You can see it. That robot is our little guy that he take care of our pool, cleaning our pool internally, inside. He's just so cute and lovely. I'll put the link over here if you ended up purchasing this one. I 100% recommend it. We bought it on eBay, just being transparent to you. That one was like because of open box, never being used. Because of that, we got a very good price. And so I think by looking at those, already non-used item but open box or a little bit of damage but not actually damaged, by functionable, by choosing those items for the household line items, it's definitely gonna help you. Fuel, aka gas, is like wherever you go to and for, you're just driving car. So making sure that you only run the errands with the best errand running, so that way you're not going to wasting your time and energy and money in randomly. So what I do is like I usually batch there where I'm going, if I'm returning this or if I'm purchasing this, I'll make sure that I go in the one-way route and I come turn around, I go this way. So that way I'm not going this and get out and go this way and come back and this way. I make sure that I go one way and come back. So that way I save money and less. It's also safe for driving too. So also for the ADT and reinforced security in your home and for your property, making sure that you charge them accordingly. Whatever you need to do it, if you have to pay monthly fee, make sure that you pay them, negotiate them if you need to. For us, it's like we make sure that we charge them every a couple of weeks, so it always alive and it's safe for our house and property. So my ultimate say is like making sure that you protect your own items and property, so it will in the long run you can keep those items longer, so you don't have to fix often. Household items or personal is like it's a very expensive line item, to be honest. Anything we touch in our life is household. Anything we touch and we use is personal. We just name it in the different category, right? So I think it is a very dangerous line item for me, and we have to be very mindful about it. What are we using? Toilet paper or even like paper towel. We still have a paper towel in the house. I talk about a video over here. One of the video, I will link it over here. We still have a paper towel, but we don't use it like regularly, black and left and right, But we do it like for emergency, if something that we cannot reuse our towels, our cloth towel, and then we'll use it. Something like that. So make sure that our household line items are like very solid. I make a household item that I use it for the whole house. And if I can put it here, I try to figure out how to make a link here that you guys can use it and without getting too much trouble for you to get it from me. So I'm gonna figure it out. When I figure it out, I'll make sure that I'll start putting link over here, guys. I promise. But I'm still working on it. And the next one is prescriptions and doctors and visit, co-pays and all the stuff. And making sure that, as I was talking about, my insurance is high deductible, so we need to make sure that we save money every month for this particular amount in case of anything, that we have money to back it up for us. And when you buy the prescription, make sure always use the RX, which is we in the United States, we have RX, or maybe at the store, particularly wherever you're shopping, they have a discount and coupon too. Don't ever forget to ask them. Next one is your insurance company. That's what they stand for. So make sure you use all three categories. Make sure that you apply that, even though you pick it up for Benadryl or ibuprofen, whatever you're picking up, do they have a discount? Can you apply your store coupon first before you start paying left and right or your own hard-earned cash? And now after I talk about all the essential expenses, I'm gonna jump into lifestyle expenses, which is not really necessary. We can live without it, but it kind of give us a joyful, it kind of give us a release, it kind of give us a happiness whenever we need it to. So let's start with holidays and birthdays. And for example, one of the way I save is like this one, which is a brown paper. Quite boring, you think, but actually it can be quite fun. The truth is that when you have a brown paper, it's like plain canvas. You can type anything. I mean, you can write anything, or you can paint anything. Or I'm not a painter or painter or artist anything, but you know, like kids cannot like it. You know, you wrap a nice gift over here. He can draw something. He say to who and to who from who. So it's kind of pretty fun. I know brown paper, don't underestimate it, and reuse that if whenever falling out. Reuse them whenever you can, you know, like bow ties and ribbons and, you know, all the fancy paper. You can, you know, whatever you give it to your family, friends, if they don't want it, just keep it there. You know, it doesn't mean like, sometimes in the past I was ashamed to do it. And maintaining that, maintenance and appliance. When I say maintenance and appliance, like maintaining it could be your car, your house, it could be anything. It could be your jewelry, it could be your cell phone, it could be your coffee cup, it could be your laptop, it could be your mouse, you know, whatever that is, making sure that all of them are keep it alive as long as you can. You know, it's less than to worry about, oh, I need to buy a new mouse. You know, it's something that is less than to you worry about it, less than on your list, you know. It's just trying to keep them alive and make them friends forever. And bulk and supply. Bulk and supply, what I mean is like bulk purchase. I'm Asian, I eat rice, you know, I eat noodles, mostly rice. So I'm not arguing here, you eat rice or you eat bread here, but it doesn't matter whatever you eat, you know, whatever you eat bulk, make sure that you have bulk price, you know. But the thing is, be careful, bulk price. Sometimes people say, people buy a lot of bulks and they ended up not using it. So it will be like kind of putting the money ahead of it in somebody's bank account and trusting it later. You know, so however that is, so make sure that you, even though you buy a bulk, you actually gonna using it. And supply it, don't just buy it just because. Like we buy a lot of items. In my past, I did it. Oh my God, I love this pen. I'm gonna buy it just because, or just in case I run out of those 3,000 pens I already have. So you know what I'm saying? So trying to like not to use like just because or just in case, and then we ended up so many junks in our house and we don't know where to put it in, and we gonna later on we're gonna run a room over there across the town and say like pay $30 per month and store our storage, and we never able to see again until we're 100 years old. So try not to do that. If you are doing it, and you know what, that's your choice. I'm not going to judge here. And next one is the activity. Activity can be very expensive or it can be very, very low cost. Activity can be from going to Disney World or going to eating chocolate in Germany, or seeing the Eiffel Tower in Paris, or backyard gardening. Activity can be very different. It can be efficiency activity, it can be exploring activity. How can we make the exploring activity into the efficiency activity? Let's use the example of the botanical garden. Botanical garden is where the flowers are glowing and grooming and blooming and everything. It is a great idea to enjoy those things. But what if the botanical garden to visit that is 50 miles away from our house and it gonna cost $30 per person, plus the gas fees and all the time included? How can we make that happen? So in the past, I would be jumping in the car and start driving, shooting on the weekend and go over there having fun with it. And that is totally fine. That is when I before become a mother. But then when I become a mother, I have to rethink and making sure that my chosen activity for my child or for myself is actually wise and actually having fun too. So what we do is instead of going to visit botanical garden 30, 40, 50 miles away from our house, we kind of create our own backyard garden. When we do the backyard garden, it's not that much, it's not as big as or exciting as the botanical garden, like how many miles or acres. But here, it's just small version, but then you can stay nurture your own gardens, your own flowers, your own fruits, and your own vegetables that you can actually enjoy later. So that becomes efficiency activity instead of exploring only. Now we're exploring, we're also becoming efficient on our life and our activity itself. So trying to think of how you can do better in your each category of your budget line to make it, instead of exploring expensive, into efficient and better for your life. And next item is a line item for my son and my dog. I am a loving mom that I love my dog and I love my son so very much. But the thing is that for my son activity and for my dog twice, I need to make sure that I'm not too emotionally and jumping jack and start spending a lot of money over there. I need to make sure, are they gonna beneficial for them? Are they gonna make happier than they were before? You know, just because I'm buying a $200 toy, it doesn't make them happier or healthier. So I need to make sure that what am I doing and why am I doing it matters for them the most, not because I want it more for them. So for the restaurant is that we go to restaurant, but we don't never go to not restaurant anymore. We go to restaurant, but in the past we go to restaurant a lot. We go and eat out, we order food, we take out, we do so many things like everybody else. It's nothing wrong with that, but can we do it better than that? Yes, we can, and everybody can too. So we still save money for the restaurant money. We still save the money for the coupon. We use a gift card. Occasionally, however we can, using the point from the Fresh Reward, which I've lined it over here for you. There are a lot of ways that you can do to earn the gift card or gift reward. By doing that, also save them real money of your own by doing that. So that with combination of that will actually lower your bills. Next one is a vacation. So vacation is a lifestyle expense, right? Same thing I was talking to you about there, activity can be very expensive. It can be Disney World or it could be Paris, right? It could be anything between. But how can we make things better for the vacation? Vacation means like everybody deserves a vacation, but don't make it going to vacation and came back and like broke, no? Or may go to vacation and come back need another vacation from that vacation. So make sure that we kind of time wisely and budget wisely for those things. But especially at the time of my life right now, did I have a vacation a lot of things before in my life? Yes, I traveled around the world before. I was younger and, I didn't know too much of money management that much at the time. But now I learned it. I learned my lesson in a lot of hard way. So now, since we're in Florida, vacation means like sitting on the pool area. It's vacation for me, Maybe because I'm older. I do not know. But, like just going to just seeing the palm trees around me, it's a vacation for me already. Sometimes I think the truth is like I work from home all the time. So going to the even Aldi, it's just like vacation for me. I know it's kind of pretty sad. Because like vacation, like you just vacation means you're just having fun time, you're relaxing, you have your family members, you eat whatever you want to eat, right? Pretty much like, that kind of thing. So all these pretty much same thing. I have my family member going with me and I'm trying to buy whatever I want to eat pretty much. And I have nothing to, I worry about it. And I'm seeing the nice airs and nice palm tree over there. So I'm pretty much on vacation, even I go to Aldi. You might think that is a little bit not the way I say it, but you know what? It is what it is sometimes. When you have a bigger goal in your life, you have to sacrifice a few places. So what is my bigger goal? Why am I doing this? So what is the point of doing how I lower my living costs? The whole thing is, it's all because of number one thing, which is the mortgage. We're trying to tackle the mortgage, paying on more principal instead of paying more interest for the long term. So that's the whole reason I'm doing it. What is your reason doing it? What is your reason trying to lower your living costs? Write it down in the comment for me. I would like to know, and we can help each other, and we can live in this community. It is extremely great. And thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next video. Bye.